Hello everyone, welcome to another Power BI related tutorial by Team Slidescope. This is Airbnb listings part 4 where we are doing ratings and review analysis. In previous parts we have done pricing insights, host insights, and now we are solving different questions related to ratings and review. The questions that we are solving here are average rating, rating by property, review frequency, rating breakdown, and high rating budget listings. And here you can see what is rating by property type, average of reviews by month, how do different rating categories compare. So you can see we have used these different charts. These are high rating budget listings for which we have created a calculated table. In this calculated table you can see we have used the median price variable, then returning a filter function. I'll explain everything what is happening here in this calculated table. Then amongst these high rating budget listings we are seeing monthly average rating score and price. We have different filters here which will help us in understanding performance. Next, another important question is what is difference between average rating score and average rating score across listings. So for this we will use the average X formula and I will explain you everything that is written here. So let's get started with this part. So in part 4 we will simply duplicate whatever we did in part 3 and here we'll mention part 4 or 5, part 4 of 5. And the questions that we have are listed here. So these are questions, and here we are doing ratings and review analysis. For ratings and review analysis, so Airbnb listings, and we'll write ratings and review analysis, and I have to keep the font size as 24 so that it can be easily read. Now here we'll read all the questions one by one. Question 1 says what is average rating across all listings. So basically when it is asking what is average rating across all listings, so this is something that we have already answered because average rating score is given, and here we are considering all ratings, and because this is important for us, so we can reposition it at first position here because this will give us information what is average rating score across all listings that are here. Now here you will see another measure. This one is displaying different data 4.70, although the difference is not too much. But what is happening here? So because it is asking average rating across all listings, so in the data itself you can see that some listing IDs are getting repeated. For example, let's try this. So you can see this listing may be present n number of times. So when number of listings are getting repeated, this is basically doing row wise calculation. So what it is doing is it is adding all the ratings and dividing it by total number of rows that we have. But here how we have calculated, this will first of all this will summarize. So summarize will create a table. In that table we will have the listing ID and their average per listing or average listing, so which is we are using here for calculation, and it will calculate average rating score per listing, and then it will in summarize you can see we will use this table, and after in whatever we are getting in summarize, then we are using the average X function. It calculates the average of a set of expression evaluated over a table. So here we are writing table and expression. So our expression is that particular average value which we have calculated here, and here we are calculating average X. So this is the use of average X, and now it is finding out that average rating per hotel or per listing will be this. If we just take this much and go to modeling tab and create a new table. So in modeling tab, in new table, so let's say average rating per listing. Although this is not asked, but it will be good for you to understand. So this is average rating per listing, and once you will do that, you will be able to find, or you will be able to see that it is going to create a table, and here one listing ID will be listed only one time. Okay, so this will not repeat. It is showing 92,355 rows. This is showing 2,82,047 rows. Okay, so this is the difference. So that's why this is the correct answer. So we'll keep both, but this is the correct answer. Average rating per listing. And if you still want to see per listing, obviously you can create a visual where you can see for every listing what is the rating, which we will see later. Now let's go with the second question. Rating by property type. How does the average rating differ across property types? So here you can see we have the property types. So property type is given here. So what we are going to do, we will replace property type here, and instead of what is percentage of listing, whatever is written here. So here we did count of listing ID. We'll add average rating per listing, and here it is going to show you what is the average rating per property type. Here it is showing percentage value also, but we just want to show the average value, so we will just show the average value here. And now we'll copy the question, rating by property type, and we will just go to general title and mention rating by property type. So this is rating by property type, which shows us that when people have actually stayed in entire home, they have given highest rating, and it is lowest for shared home or shared rooms. Next, let's go to question number 3. Review frequency. How many reviews do listings receive per month? So now here if you will see in the table, reviews per month is given. So they have actually given a column called reviews per month, and they are asking how many reviews do listings receive per month. So first of all, we can try to find out average reviews per month. So here it is given. Instead of number of hosts, we will drag reviews per month. So you can see it is showing a total sum of reviews, and if we see reviews per month, so it is showing as 1.71. So this is average reviews per month. So we can just write average here. So average reviews per month. And just for analysis, let's say if we want to see what is average reviews per month by host or superhost, so here we can just add that reviews per month, and we'll select the average value, and we can change it back to this. So here you can see average of reviews per month by host is superhost, and you can see superhost are actually getting more reviews, 2.40, and normal hosts are getting less number of reviews. Let's move ahead. Next question, rating breakdown. How do the different rating categories like cleanliness, value, location compare? So here you will see important thing here, that when a review is given, okay, so you can see cleanliness is score, accuracy is score, communication is score, location is score, value for money is score, everything is given. So now they're asking how do the different rating categories, how do they compare? So either we can create a different chart for it. Or what we can do, we can try to create a multi-row card, and in this multi-row card we can try to add different average ratings. So for example, we can select, let's say cleanliness score, and here we will select what is average cleanliness score. Then communication score, so we can select average communication score, and here we can just write cleanliness score, like that will be sufficient to answer. Communication score, we'll write somewhere this is average. So cleanliness score, communication score, then we'll have others also. One is check-in score. So here instead of sum we'll select average, and rename it as check-in score itself. And finally we have value for money score, so we can add it here, and we'll rename for this visual as value for money score. First we'll select as average, and then we name for this as value for money score. And now what we can do, we can go call out values. Call out values are important, so we can increase their size. Color we can select like this, make it bold. Next, because we have enough space, so we can do it. Category labels, we can select a different color for them and make it bold. So this is showing data, and here we have cards, like we can show the border position, we can show where to show the borders, and it is totally optional. And here we can just go to general tab, enable shadow, and as a title we can actually answer or we can mention this rating breakdown, or how do the different rating categories compare. So because this question is given, and we will actually align it to center and choose the same color and make it bold. So how do the different ratings compare? And you can see that if we see highest, it is in communication score, and then for cleanliness check-in score, what is the rating? If you remember from the first part, we added these filters. Let's say in Napoli, what is that? So in Napoli also we can see communication score is higher. In Roma it is same, Venezia 4.80, and Firenze it is 4.83, and you can compare different values of different cities and then clear selections. Now it is asking high rating budget listings, like which listings have a score above 4.8 but their price is below the median. Now to answer this question, like high rating budget listings, so we have to apply two filters. So what we have done here is, I have created a simple table here, and this table is called high rating budget listing. So go to modeling, click on new table. First we are creating a variable called median price to find out what is the median price. So there is a function called median, and we'll use the column price. So using the reference table Airbnb, we are using the price, so this will find median price, and then we are returning another table. So this table we are returning is filter. So with the help of filter we can actually return a table. This takes first table like your original table, then filter expression. So we have two filter expressions. One is Airbnb rating score is greater than 4.8, and the second filter is Airbnb price is less than median price. Once we have done that, so you can see high rating budget listings table will be created or shall be created, and now you can actually see that, and we can check that price will always be greater than the um, median price or whatever is the criteria. So here we can see price is greater than median price and rating score will always be 4.8. And now you can actually use this table here. So in the table we can keep the listing ID, or actually whatever we have to keep, we have to use this table. So let's say we are keeping listing ID here, and we can take city name, and then because price is important, so you can see sum of price is given, so we can select average price. On an average per listing price, what is that, and rating score, so we will select average of that as well. So this, what we have to do, we have to rename for this visual as rating score, because we know that this is average rating score. And now we can adjust the columns, so this way table will be created. And actually if you want, you can change it to matrix also. In matrix chart we can keep row listings as listing ID, and we can select average price and rating score. We can get rid of city here because it's not needed. In listing ID we can go to values and we can increase the value size, or actually this is row, right? So it will be increased using row header because it comes under row header. So here we have price, so let me change the headings now. So here we'll call it rating score, and here we will call it average price, because then we will have the proper headers. So this is average price and this is rating score. Why have we done that? Because now actually we get cell elements where we can enable data bars, we can enable icons. These icons have a condition, and condition is if that value is less than 33%, they will show this icon. If it is between 33 to 67% of the exact value, that is average rating value, it will show this icon, or more than that, green icon. So high ratings, like which are perfect, like 5 star, they are all green. Then in the range of 4.9, they are all like this. So this way you can actually arrange the listings in different listing IDs. So this is our fifth question. So which listings have, or it is simple, high rating budget listings. So we can just change the title back to this. And finally we can create a chart like this, where you can see average rating score, average of price. But the thing is that we have selected these values from the high rating budget listings, and in high rating budget listings we have used month only on the x-axis. We have used average of rating score and average of price on y-axis and secondary y-axis. So it will give you data month wise, that in January what is the average price and what is average rating. For example, in October you can see average of rating score is very high. On the other hand, in February average of price is very high. So you can see the data and you can compare them, because it is rating and review analysis, so we can compute that. So this was part 4, where we try to solve other questions, and we will solve part 5 in the next part. So if you understood this, if you have any doubts, if you have any questions, please ask them in the comment section. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe to our channel, because we are now introducing more and more data analysis projects. 4-part, 5-part, 6-part projects are there, and that will help you in understanding the concepts and in understanding how to solve questions. Thanks once again. Have a nice day.